Tired of that deep, unshakable chill that just won't go away? What if you could wrap yourself in perfect, consistent warmth with just the press of a button? I know, the world of heated blankets can be a little overwhelming. There are dozens of them, all promising to be the coziest. But are they? I've spent weeks testing, cuddling, and let's be honest, probably napping too much, all to find out what's actually worth your money. So now I am going to count down the top 6 heated blankets from the budget-friendly options to the absolute best of the best.
6. Homemate heated blanket. You've probably seen this one around. It's a popular, very budget-friendly option, and I get the appeal. When you first pull it out of the package, it feels reasonably soft, and the idea of getting a heated blanket at this price point is definitely tempting. It promises all the core functions, and for someone just dipping their toes into the world of electric blankets, it seems like a safe, low-risk starting point. When you plug it in, the performance is, well, it's adequate. The controller is about as simple as it gets, usually with a few buttons for heat, a timer, and power. It does heat up, and it even has safety certifications like UL and ETL, which is a definite plus and offers some peace of mind. It'll take the edge off a cold night, no doubt. After using it for a while, I can say it delivers on the basic promise of being a blanket that gets warm. It's not going to blow you away with its heating speed or power, but it gets the job done. But here's where things start to get a little complicated. The fabric, while soft, is noticeably thin right out of the box. It lacks that plush, premium feel you might be hoping for. Now, one interesting thing I found is that it actually gets a bit fluffier and softer after you wash it, which is a pleasant surprise. It improves the texture and makes it feel a little more substantial.
5. Eheyciga electric heated blanket. This one often presents as a clear step up from the budget models. It's usually made with a combination of fleece and fluffy sherpa, making it feel wonderfully cozy and warm even before you turn it on. When I first got my hands on it, I was impressed. It feels thicker, more inviting, and generally more premium than our number 6 pick. It's the kind of blanket that just makes you want to curl up on the couch. On paper, the features are all there. It typically boasts around 5 or 6 heat settings, giving you a good range to find your perfect temperature. And it has an auto shutoff timer for safety, which is a must-have feature. It heats up pretty quickly, usually within about 10 minutes, and it's machine washable, which, as we've learned, is a huge deal. Everything about it suggests it should be a fantastic, reliable blanket for those chilly evenings. However, after spending some real time with it, a critical flaw emerged. The heating is, inconsistent. During my testing, I found that the heat distribution was uneven, creating noticeable hot and cold spots across the blanket. This problem seemed to get even worse after washing it according to the instructions. Some parts would be perfectly toasty, while others remained lukewarm. On the highest setting, I even found some spots that got uncomfortably hot, while other areas struggled to keep up. A heated blanket has one primary job, and inconsistent heating is a major failure in my book.
4. Wapaneus heated blanket. This is what I would call a fantastic, reliable workhorse. It doesn't try to do too much, but what it does exceptionally well. It's the kind of product that restores your faith that you can get quality without breaking the bank. It represents a significant jump in quality and user experience from the previous 2 blankets. The first thing you'll notice is the comfort. The Wapaneus is impressively soft, but here's what matters. You can barely feel the heating elements inside. That's a huge deal. There's nothing worse than trying to get cozy and feeling a grid of stiff wires under your fingers. With this blanket, the wires are so well integrated that you can just sink into the softness without that constant reminder that it's an electric appliance. It's plush, comfortable, and feels like a quality throw blanket first and foremost. But a blanket can be as soft as a cloud, and it wouldn't matter if the heating was subpar. Fortunately, that's where the Wapaneus really shines. This thing heats up fast. We're not talking about a slow, gradual warming. It gets noticeably toasty very quickly, so you get that satisfying warmth right when you want it. The heat is also distributed evenly, providing a consistent, cozy experience without any of those annoying cold patches we saw with the Eheyciga. The controller is simple and user-friendly, with multiple heat levels that give you precise control over your comfort.
Number 3, Westinghouse heated throw blanket. And let me tell you, they've brought their engineering prowess to the world of heated blankets. This isn't just a blanket, it's a thoughtfully designed piece of comfort tech. And it was a top performer in my tests. From the moment you take it out of the package, you can tell this is a premium product. The fabric is the first thing that stands out. It's an exceptionally soft fleece that feels warm and cozy, even when the power is off. This is a blanket you'll want to use year-round, not just when it's plugged in. It drapes beautifully and just feels luxurious. When you do power it on, the performance is stunning. It heats up in about a minute, which is incredibly fast. And the heat it produces is perfectly consistent across the entire surface. There are absolutely no cold spots to be found. The blanket features 6 heat settings, which gives you a great deal of control. Now, I do have to give a small word of caution here to keep things real. The highest settings on this thing get intensely hot. For me, it was sometimes a bit too much, but for my wife, who is perpetually cold, it was absolute heaven. So if you're someone who really struggles to get warm, this blanket has the power you need. For everyone else, the lower and mid-range settings are more than enough to provide a perfect level of warmth.
Number 2, GarveeHome heated blanket. If there's one word to describe this blanket, it's luxurious. This is the blanket for someone who prioritizes that plush, high-end, sink-into-it feeling above all else. From its aesthetics to its performance, the GarveeHome is designed to feel like a premium experience, and it absolutely delivers. The first thing you'll fall in love with is the material. It's typically made with a beautiful, tufted Sherpa fabric that is just impossibly soft and thick. This isn't just a thin throw. It's a substantial blanket that provides a serious layer of warmth and comfort on its own. The quality of the material is immediately apparent, and it's the kind of stylish blanket you'd be happy to have draped over your sofa as part of your home decor. It just looks and feels expensive. Of course, looks aren't everything. The heating performance has to match, and the GarveeHome does not disappoint. It delivers powerful, consistent heat across its entire surface. The controllers offer multiple heating levels, allowing you to dial in the warmth to your exact preference, from a gentle background heat to a powerful wave of coziness. Many users, myself included, have found that it simply heats better and more effectively than almost any other blanket they've ever tried. What I love about the GarveeHome is its straightforward excellence. There are no gimmicks here. It focuses on doing the core job of a heated blanket perfectly. It's exceptionally comfortable, the heating is powerful and reliable, and the build quality is top-notch. Number 1, WOOMER Heated Blanket King Size. This is the one that takes all the best qualities of the other blankets on this list and combines them into one perfect package, while adding a killer feature that puts it over the top. Here's what matters most: dual zone controls. Let me explain. This feature solves the age-old relationship testing problem of 2 people sharing a bed who have wildly different internal thermostats. You know the story. One person is an icicle, piling on blankets, while the other is a human furnace, kicking them off. The WOOMER gives each person their own controller for their half of the blanket. You can have one side on high and the other side on low, or even have one side completely off. It's a complete game changer for couples. But this blanket isn't just about some clever tech. The blanket itself is absolutely top tier.
It's made from a wonderfully durable and soft combination of flannel and sherpa, or in some versions, a super soft fleece velvet that feels incredible against the skin. It's thick, it's cozy, and it's generously sized to cover the entire bed. The heating wires are practically undetectable, and the heat itself is distributed perfectly evenly for a consistent and deeply satisfying warmth. Then you look at the specs, and it just keeps getting better. You get 10 different heat levels, offering an incredible range of control. The auto off timer is also the most versatile I've seen, allowing you to set it for anywhere from 30 minutes all the way up to 12 hours. Final thought. So there you have it, my top 6 heated blankets for the year. Let me know in the comments which one caught your eye, or if you have a favorite that I missed. Stay warm out there, and I'll see you in the next video.